I know you guys left me to deal with the cops. What were you guys doing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Clint almost dropped dead. He walked it off though. He's fine now.
He got better.
Okay. As he does.
Farah made a new friend.
And also covered that friend's ass with their guardian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And found out that that friend also made a friend that looks exactly like him. That may or may not be the one that threw the bomb. And we found a device that will help us find him. However, it only works in a 300-foot radius. Or cone.
500-foot radius.
500 foot.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are going to have to find a way to quickly sweep the city.
Clint elbowed Wisteria in the nose. She will never recover.
Jesus.
And we're can't do it without Clint here, but we were wanting Clint to have Wisteria take a look at him when he was out of public view, because we think something fucky might be going on with his real form.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys have acquired the nimble right detector. We can say that y'all take 5 to get lunch. It's probably something cold to help Whis with her nose. You know, ice cream can make it feel better. And now I'm just imagining like you know the icy carts. You guys flagged one down.
You say that, my first thing is like, Mist, no, you don't stick your nose in the ice cream. You eat the ice cream. Don't eat through your nose.
I was thinking the same thing.
All right. So that group of rogues is having a good time teaching Whis how to eat ice cream. She has learned how to eat soup. She's now learning how to eat ice cream. Good for you, Wist.
Two polar opposites. Hot and cold.
Yep.
She's making such advancements.
I'm so proud of her. But on the other side of the city, back in Northward, back at the tavern, going back in time a little bit, Ashley, you were told that Clint could be representing the tavern.
I bolted.
With
I
no
turned around.
hesitation.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even stop. Like, I immediately 180'd and, like, somehow my momentum kept up.
Mm-hmm. Does Ashley wear heels?
We know that motherfucker does. We know.
I
never considered if Ashley would ever wear heels or not.
Like not like stilettos, but like slightly heeled, like the heel of his boot is slightly thicker than it has to be.
If it's not obvious heels, it's like in the shoe lifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little lifts.
Okay. I can see shoe lifts. I can for sure see shoe lifts.
All right. Is he just full sprint running or?
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually kind of impressive. It's how much Ashley cares about this shows here, because he's not the most athletic person. However, he is sprinting in slightly heeled boots.
He's got dash and cutting action he's using.
He is full tilt sprinting back to the tavern. And you make your way, people will kind of look at you like, oh shit, get out of the way. Because you're just sprinting through the streets. But as you get closer towards the tavern, you see that there is more people just kind of loitering around. A lot of people talking about the commotion, what happened. They have to maneuver around. It's not that difficult. You see that the crowd that was there earlier has started dispersing slowly. As people start going back to their regular day-to-day lives. A lot of them gossiping about possibly what happened. Turning a corner, you do see that like woman that told you the story very dramatically about what happened. She is now torturing a whole new group of people who weren't there, so she has a new audience. But I'm sure you don't waste your time there.
Nope.
And you eventually make your way back to a familiar sight of the tavern. You see there are still some guards posted around. You see the area has... Oh, bye-bye, Charlie. Has mostly cleared out. A lot of the bodies have already been moved away. And at this point, you see that the, this kind of like sectioning of the rope, keeping the civilians out, are just being put away by some other guards. And in the center of it, you see those same two guards, just right out front still. Good, none of y'all are over here. And they're just talking to each other away from all the civilians who, again, are starting to trickle out. The other regular kind of city guards are sorry. are kind of packing the area up away. But those two are still there in the center. Right outside the front door, you see a griffin laying by their feet, still being petted by the red-haired one. Do you take a moment to, like, compose yourself? Or do you just run?
I imagine like he's getting to a stop. And he's like, "Hello, officers. How are you doing today?"
Do you skip to a stop in front of him?
Yes. Like immediate, like a half a second, like heavy panting, and then he's just immediately stands straight up, like offers a handshake.
You skip to a stop in front of them, and the two of them just look at you a little, like, wide-eyed, of like what the fuck? The blonde one just wordlessly nods and then just hands you a canteen of water. While
Oh, very
the
kind of you.
the red-haired one just takes your handshake, slightly concerned of why were you running here? You see both of them kind of look around of like, were you running from something? Is that why you ran to guards?
Ah, hello. No, Rosette informed me that you were going to need my presence. My name is Ashley. I'm one of the owners of this establishment. A pleasure.
Pause. I don't think she gave the name Rosette.
Hello, I was told by insert name here that you were that you were looking for me.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's okay. We
okay.
can do a little. It's fine.
Yeah.
Control Z. Control Z. But the red-haired one takes your hand and shakes it. It's a pretty firm handshake. You see that she's had a lot of practice. As you say the name Rhea, and she just, she nods, recognition. She starts to relax a little bit. She's now no longer thinking that you're running from fucking bandits or some shit. Because
We're disconnected, so you're gonna have to rewind a little bit.
okay. So just recognition at the name you gave them, and relaxation at that, because they for real thought that you were running from bandits or some shit. And that's why you came in so hot. But the red-haired one takes your hand with a smile. Oh, nice to meet you. My name is Griffin. Aaron Griffin. You can just call me Aaron or Griffin. I don't really care which one.
Well, Griffin it is. And a lovely name. Such noble creatures, Griffins.
Oh, I can barely hear you, bud.
Ah, Griffin it is. Such noble such noble. You must be proud. Did you hear that? Amy? Hello?
Hi, sorry. You just
Part of it.
Hello?
Like the first
Yeah.
half of it
Part
we
of
heard
it.
very clearly, and then it sounded like, I don't know, you turned your face or something away.
Yeah, and it got real muffled.
Griffin it is. Lovely creatures, Griffins. Very noble creatures. You must be proud.
There we go.
Yay. Okay. Sorry, I was like,
Okay, we're working. We're moving.
we're good? Alright, cool.
Yeah.
You see that she kinda laughs and then kinda pats the griffin that is just laying on the ground next to you on the head. Yeah, most of the time at least. This one can get into a lot of trouble when you aren't watching him.
Ooh. Anyway, yes, Miss Raya informed that you wanted to speak to me. I assume it's about the terrible tragedy that occurred this morning.
Right, you said you were one of the owners, right?
That's correct.
Well, we did want to talk to you because it seems that this involves this establishment in particular, from what we were able to gather.
Well, helping however I'm able to.
Great, we don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm sure you want to get repairs started. However, we do care about safety. That is our number one priority. So, is here a good place to talk, or did you want to talk somewhere else?
How about inside? Would you care for a drink? And he starts walking inside.
She nods and smiles like, I would. And then you see the other one just kind of just knock her a little bit, kind of with an elbow. As the other one kind of introduces herself with a slight wave. And we aren't allowed to drink on the job. I'm Alexandra Gray, and I'm here to make sure she doesn't get into too much trouble.
Oh, she seems quite capable.
Say that now.
Either way, come in. And he'll lead them inside to the bar and set them down. And we'll pour them some water.
See, Gray will nod of thank you as she takes the water. And you see Griffin is a little put out by the water, but she'll take it. She's thankful. It's been a long day. Long morning. But you see that the two of them both pull out little leather-bound notebooks. And kind of journals. But they're more like notepads as they open them up vertically rather than the traditional sideways that you get in books. And as I'm guessing you sit down with them, right? All right. You see that she starts flipping through all the pages before she seems satisfied with one. And she looks to you, Ashley. And it looks like, okay, time to get down to business. Alright, well, first of all, I just want to ask, do you have any known enemies that might want to target the tavern, or you, or any of the other owners in particular?
Me? Plenty. But I don't think anybody would come and target the tavern itself.
Is there a reason why you think they wouldn't? If they're going after you?
I mean, if they're going after me, it would make sense to just go after me, right? My identity as an owner isn't, really all that widespread. To me, it wouldn't make sense.
She nods. You see that Gray is writing this down. Alright, well, do you have any relationship with anyone named Dalakar?
Name doesn't ring a bell.
Right. Have you seen the...
Hello? Hello? Somebody?
Amy.
We might have lost Amy.
Okay.
Hello?
I thought it was me
Hi.
Okay,
again.
she's back. She's back.
Hi. I'm imagining I cut out again.
Yep.
Yep, you sure
Yep.
did.
Cool, what's the last thing you heard?
After the Delicars.
Yeah. Piper Ashley answered that the name doesn't ring a bell, and then we got like 2 words, and that was it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. It's like, and have you seen that dwarf any time before, or was this your first time seeing them?
Dwarf?
The body that was closest to the door. Was this your first time
No, that
seeing
was...
them?
Yes, that was the first time I had ever seen it before.
Alright. And are you familiar with any of the other people that were in the blast? Namely, the ones closest to that door, the ones that were in the armor?
I'm afraid not.
Right. Are you familiar with the... where is it now? They're called the Brigandaires. They're a group of criminals that function as a gang of sorts. We believe that some of those were involved here. Are you familiar with those?
Brigandaires? No, that's the first time I'm hearing it.
Alright, well, 3 of their people were killed in the fire. Alright, well... Is there anything that you noticed leading up to the explosion that could help us in our investigation?
Sadly not. I was right here having breakfast, actually. In fact, that's my plate. He, like, motions over to a table.
Right. Well, thank you for answering all of these questions, and the detectives working on this case. So if you have any leads, or if you find any other bits and pieces here that we haven't, or if you have any questions on how our investigation is going, you can feel free to reach us and ask us about it.
Of course.
You'll probably be seeing us around the area. Now, don't panic, that does not mean that there is trouble. We are simply doing our jobs and double checking all of our findings.
Of course. I'll be a lot safer knowing that the Griffins are on the case.
Well, there's only one griffin that's on the case, and... okay, maybe 2 griffins. She kind of looks outside to where the actual griffin is. But we'll do everything that we can. I would like to advise you to be careful, especially to any newcomers that might want to come to the tavern. We believe that this place was the target of at least the dwarf. Looks like he was trying to reach your front door before the explosion went off.
You said there were 3 of that gang members, right? Could have been that they were the main target and the door was just caught in the blast?
That's possible. However, it looks like that the dwarf was running from those gang members and was choosing your tavern as their destination for whatever reason.
Ah, I see.
And more concerningly, why I would like you to be very cautious, especially with newcomers. At least one of the people that were caught in the blast, the ones presumably chasing that dwarf, made it out of the explosion alive and are currently not in custody.
So you think they'll come back here? I see.
Yes.
I'll be sure to pass this on to the rest of the staff then. Thank you very much.
Of course, and again, if you have any trouble, feel free to contact us, but do be on your guard to any strangers, and we will try and track down that rogue member.
Understood. Thank you very much for the warnings, officers.
He gives a nod.
He'll reach down and he'll get like two little shot bottles, like that bottles that just contain like shots in it, like fireball shots, and he'll
Mhm.
toss one to both of them for when you're off work.
You see Griffin smiles and she reaches over and she steals Gray's bottle and just tucks it into her pocket. You see Gray just rolls her eyes. She's like, fine,
You know,
whatever.
we'd be a lot safer if we had 2 guards as regulars. Maybe you should show up from time to time.
God, Sue's gonna kill you.
Look, I'm just trying to get business, like a good tavern owner.
Mm-hmm. You see Griffin, who just tucks away the 2 little shot bottles, just beams. She's like, I will keep that in mind because it's related to a case, so we should spend more time here.
Naturally, yes.
Has nothing to do with the fact of the tavern.
Not at all.
Nope, not at all. But
You're just doing your job. I understand.
exactly. But
You two take care now, officers.
you see that Griffin's kind of just like walking out, and there's just like an aura of ice coming from Gray. The more Griffin talks about how they should stay at the tavern more often. But they conclude their questions, conclude their notes, and 2 of them hop onto the Griffin and then take off.
I gotta get one of those.
And
Am I still connected to the mental Discord?
maybe not. However, there are sending stones, and also
Right.
just for my own happiness. Actually, you would have seen that the Griffin had a collar inscribed with the name Bailey. That's the Griffin's name.
Adorable.
Okay.
And he'll pull out his sending stone. Oh, my job's done.
Rosette will sign to anyone in the party who can actually speak through the sending stone.
She can just hear it. She can't.
Did it go well?
Oh yes, they were just asking me a couple of questions. Apparently, a large number of the people killed were from a bandit group called the Brigandos. I imagine like Brigand plus Earth.
I'll spell it in chat for you.
Does that spark any
Familiar.
memories for anybody?
That sounds familiar.
Oh my god, wait. Retcon here.
Oh,
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. No wonder y'all are fucking confused. I said the wrong fucking name.
Ah, that would explain things.
Yeah. Sorry. My bad. It's the Zentarium.
Yeah, we
Oh.
got that one.
Okay.
Okay.
I accidentally lied to them. Not my
Hmm.
fault.
No, that's on me. If you want, we can... What would you have said to them?
He would have said the same thing.
Yeah?
Just lied. That's
Yeah.
all.
Just
Just lie?
lie. Except lying.
Okay, because like to be fair, Ashley doesn't know all that much about them.
But that is true. He doesn't know a whole lot.
No,
Oh yes,
he could he's heard of them.
yeah. Yes, the bandits were from the Zentarum. Are any of you enemies with the Zents?
I mean, we have had our fair share of interactions with them thus far, but in particular,
Wait.
no.
Wait, have? Have
We, in a general sense, you not quite as much. They're one of them that ended up in the whole Floon and Reynard thing.
Oh yes, I heard about that from you, I believe. Well, apparently one of the Zents survived, and the cops believe that we're gonna get a payback from them at some point.
I don't know why they would be trying to bother us none. Wait a second. The ones that we fought that had the demon coins, that was Xanathar, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have not interacted with the Zent since the Floon Reynard thing.
Nope, not since.
Okay.
They appeared to be chasing that dwarf fellow we found, and he was trying to take shelter at the tavern, and I believe we simply got caught in the crossfire. I could be wrong, of course.
Well, it depends on why he was trying to run to our tavern, whether it was just the closest thing that he could find, or if it was something that he thought was actually going to be useful to him.
How goes
Oh.
it on your end?
Out of character, above table, real quick. Is there anything else notable in the area of the tavern? Because he was outside reading the sign, right?
There's
I
just
just
a whole
mean
bunch
like,
of other shops.
yeah. So like, it's reasonable to assume that if he was in the area looking at the sign, that like there's nothing else he might have been in the area for.
There is a detective agency nearby.
Sorry, who was looking at the sign?
The dwarf, wasn't
The
he?
dwarf victim.
Oh yeah, the dwarf was like gunning for the door.
So he was for sure coming here.
Yes.
Like,
You would
okay.
learn that much from the detectives.
I thought you said something about the dwarf looking at the sign, so I thought maybe
sorry.
he was lost.
Yeah, my bad, my bad.
Do any of you know this dwarf?
I've never met him.
To be fair, Feyre has not gotten a good look at him to know.
A little crispy.
Feyre has been kind of on the run since this whole shit started. Well, if we got the Zents coming up to our door, then not quite sure what they're doing. Cause I reckon that I'm about the only person that was there when we took Flume back, and well, wasn't exactly like we left a whole lot of a trace. We just chased off of one little kinku.
Did they happen to give the dwarf's name, by the way?
They did not know.
They
Didn't
did.
they?
They did. It was the Stalacar.
Oh, that was the name. Okay.
Yes.
The name was like Stelica, something like that.
I'm assuming that rings no bells.
Rosette is thinking. Wait, Dalakar? Like, correcting the name.
I thought I heard Stelica, but I guess it could have been a Del.
Dalakar. Oh.
Want to clue us in, Iris?
Yeah, this was the guy that that Rosetta and Rainier were talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on, Ashley. Rosette in fucking why did I go into that voice?
You making fun of Ashley?
You might well
You
hold
wanna
on,
go?
Ashley. Rosette's got her considering face on.
Ah, that face. Okay.
Rosette purses her lips a little bit in annoyance, but
Oh, now she's
doesn't
mad.
say anything. I
I bet
think
she's flipping you off now.
Resisting the urge.
she just rolls her eyes and signs. Can I speak now?
Oh, we haven't been stopping you from speaking.
You can speak?
Ashley is on the other side of the city, can feel daggers staring at him.
Telekinetic daggers.
I mean, if you guys are making your way back home, feasibly you could be within radius for Discord.
Mental Discord, turn on Screamo music at blast, send straight to Ashley. Anyways, no, I actually might know this gentleman. Well, not personally, but I was just... I happened to be speaking to Rainier a bit, and he had mentioned the name.
Mention it like friend or like business partner or like he would like to stab him.
He was bothering him. Seemed like he had something important to say to him and was trying to find any way to get in contact with him. I didn't think he'd make the connection to the end that quickly, though.
Wait,
Why
so
would this person you know?
So this little dwarf was trying to get to Rainier? Or Rainier was trying to get to him?
He was trying to get to Rainier, as far as I...
Go ahead, Piper.
I was saying, like, why would somebody randomly come to it looking for Rainier? It's not like he's like actually connected to any of it, except Rosette.
Wait, he's saying, like, Rainier's not connected to the tavern?
Like, except through Rosette, right? Like, besides, like, helping pay for it as, like, a part of our reward, like, he's not...
He's been at the tavern a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Has he?
Yeah, he's kind of one of our regulars, not one of our regulars. He goes some other places, but he is a low-key regular.
Mm-hmm.
So why he would be coming to the tavern in the morning to get to Rainier.
You could chalk that up to Ashley not remembering everybody that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
We could go speak to him if we need to, but I'm not sure how much help he would be here.
He didn't really tell you what
lead.
He didn't really tell you what he was thinking this guy was coming to ask him about, did he?
She shakes her head. He just said it seemed urgent.
Well, we know the name. Can't we look into his associates? Or such it?
Technically, yes, but that would be very much dependent on us finding the first associate. If all we have is a name, then, well, ain't none of us heard it before aside from Rainier.
Well, Rainier might know who he's connected to, since he knows of him. It's worth to ask.
There is one connection.
And that would be
The other Lord Neverember.
his dad.
Nod. Single nod.
From what I'm remembering of Rainiers talking about his family, he's not a big fan of them.
Rosette gives a look of, uh-huh.
So that's gonna be a problem.
Nod.
Oh boy. And just to throw everything out there, so you know, Ashley, we might have an idea of who threw that fireball necklace. At least in a very
Do
loose
tell.
sense. Little, never right? What was it? Something right?
Nimble right.
Nimble right. Little nimble right that, got made and kind of let loose, probably fell in with the wrong crowd. Odds are I don't really know what he's doing all that much, but, we have a way of locating him. It's just going to require us to sweep the city with it. Which, you know, the city's a little bit too big for that. Unless we got alternative means of getting around.
I mean, the carriage could help.
A little bit, but still gonna be hard, because just imagine if this little man is running around while we are also looking for him. Don't know the carriage is gonna be fast enough.
Do you think a single horse would be better?
Slightly. Possibly. But, you won't be riding a horse. That's gonna be on the two of you.
Rosette tilts her head a bit in question, like, what do you mean?
Fear just kind of like pats one of her legs as she walks. Sea legs, not horse legs.
She gives a nod.
I'm imagining you two of you learned how to ride a horse or something, your fancy education.
Rosette shakes her head.
So that's a no. Ashley? Sniper?
My computer crashed. What's up? What was the last thing?
Essentially, like, Rosette's, like, suggested, yeah, well, maybe a horse would help us get around the city to, like, do this. And Farrah's like, well, it's gonna be only the two of you, because I can't ride a horse. And then Rosette's like, I can't ride a horse. There's not...
Clint can.
Well, I can ride a horse, but it would be awfully suspicious galloping around town for no reason.
It don't really matter if it's suspicious or not, just so long as we find the thing.
I mean, I can... If that's what you need me to do, I'll do it. I can always teach you guys how to ride a horse as well. It's not terribly hard.
No, thank you. I am good.
It's just like a ship.
Bullshit.
How do you know you've never ridden a horse?
A horse is a living creature. A ship's not. A
There
horse
are
you have
people
to
that think
stay
they are.
on. A ship you can walk around on.
Well, what about a boat or a dinghy?
Yeah, if they're sweeping the harbors. But that's all neither here nor there. It just depends on what we're going to be trying to do first. We're going to go talk to Rainier and see if he knows something about this dwarf that we had come to our tavern, or we're going to try to stop sweeping the city, or we'll try to do both of them.
Well, Clint literally has a horse. I know he's not. I know Joe's not here right now. But Rosette would suggest maybe someone going with him and searching.
Yeah, somebody would be going with him because like they're
Yeah.
immediately like, yeah, no, we're not trusting Clint with this thing by itself.
What?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you guys can trust Clint on his own.
But that would be Rosette's suggestion when Joe is here.
I mean, just for the sake of Joe not being here, I guess we can head towards Rainier.
Oh, my
As a
headset
group?
just died. 1 sec.
We're just having all types of audio issues tonight, huh? Casually reaching a hand over to physically restrain Wisteria from just
Hello?
chomping the fucking popsicle down one piece whole.
She's gonna eat the stick if you let her.
Nope.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello.
Sweet. No, what were you saying?
Just like, I guess for the sake of Joe not being here for Clint, we can just hand wave and say everybody goes to Rainier first.
Sure.
Yeah, looks to me.
Alright, so you guys are all headed to Rainier's place.
Yeah,
Is
seems
that-
like it.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, make your way, well, over to here. Oop. Where a lot of the nobles live, coincidentally enough, in this area.
Coincidentally.
Listen, a lot of these addresses are lore accurate. Some of them aren't. But most of them are. You know, I mean, and I don't want to push you guys, but like Leona does live right there if you guys want to get griffins, you know. Anyway,
I would love to get a griffin. Where do I sign up?
That would largely depend on one of us figuring out, hey, 1 + 1 = 2 in this equation.
I say
Hey, DM, what would the equation be on figuring out that 1 + 1 = 2? What's the rule for that?
So I would say Farrah probably doesn't know this because she doesn't fuck with nobles. She also hasn't met Leona, but not both, Rosette, Ashley, and Whis, because Whis did meet her, and they chatted for a while at the tea party, would know that Leona's family, the Bellabranta family, are the noble family that breeds, raises, and trains griffins that the guards use. And 3 of you do know her personally now. So, in theory, you don't have to go through the guards to get a griffin. You could go straight to the source.
Or you.
I high key want a griffin. I high key want a griffin.
I
What'd you say,
highly
Aaron?
doubt it would be one that we get to keep. It would be for like, hey, we'll
You'd
give
be
you a
borrowing.
ride.
I will say that you won't be getting one to keep.
Ah,
You can try and persuade her into letting you guys borrow a griffin, if you choose to do so.
Could I try and buy like a baby griffin to raise?
No, you can't buy one.
But Amy, I want to buy a griffin.
You guys have 12 dogs, a horse, fucking whatever else you guys don't need a griffin.
We're gonna open a zoo next.
What a fucking zoo. Where are you gonna keep the griffin?
In the zoo.
Mm-hmm. You could maybe, you know what? Maybe later. I'll say maybe later on you could buy a griffin.
You're telling me you don't want to roleplay out a baby griffin growing up and having all the cute moments with it?
This is why I'm saying maybe later. This is purely why I'm saying.
I'll take the maybe later.
Maybe a couple months down the line, real time.
Okay.
Couple sessions. You know, you gotta work up to it.
Then I will bring up the idea of like, well, if we want to canvas the city, we could just go get griffins from the email.
Do what now?
There's one of the families here that
We already have a horse. We don't need a griffin.
well, if the goal is to canvas the city, flight is better than ground.
That's very suspicious, though.
No more suspicious than me galloping around on a horse.
This
Amy,
is just some family that just owns these things, right?
Yeah, they raise them. They often lend them out. Well, not lend them, but like rent them out. They're very good.
Wouldn't it
West, you met them. You met the woman.
I am by no means any type of expert on this subject matter, but wouldn't they need to like train the griffins?
they
To-
do.
Oh, yeah,
It-
they do.
Thus, them flying around is not necessarily 100% something that's going to be out of question.
What do you mean?
Hell, if you're worried about why they're flying around and trying to explain it, then you're just helping to fucking train a new griffin for something.
Fair, but you do realize if we were allowed to use one of them, we'd likely have a chaperone.
You have the mental power to talk to people, so you can let us know.
Wait,
What?
Saying that even if we're looking for something, we can communicate without them knowing.
Oh, the literal
we can
mental
still-
power.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
you
you
were
mental
just.
power.
I thought
You
you
have
were telling me to just
telepathy,
talk to
friend.
people, scrub.
Did I say something funny? I'm sorry.
No, it's because I think at least I misinterpreted that entirely.
Yeah, it's just the phrasing. I think immediately, like all of us, like our brains went different directions.
Yeah.
That only lasts about the range of a mile, if I remember correctly. I don't even think it's that long. Like, out of character, I don't think it's that long.
It's at least that long.
Okay.
But that just means that you have to be one of them that's gonna go up, right? Why are you making that face? Weren't you the one that was just flying around in a giant ass ship and crashing into the hub, and now you have an issue with fucking flying on a griffin? Much
That's
closer to the
not-
ground?
That's not the issue here.
Come on, we talked about riding the griffins since we were kids.
Okay, true. But that. I'd rather not burn a bridge here. I
Who
don't
said
want.
anything about burning a bridge?
I
Are we
would
gonna
rather.
harm the griffin?
No, I'm saying that I'd rather not show these sort of activities to other
Well,
How
families.
would we be showing the activities? I mean, it's not like we're marching the griffin to go do crime, right? We're literally just sweeping around the city, just looking for something, right?
We're investigating something that the police should be taking care of. We could be seen as impeding their investigation.
we're taking a look at
I
something that,
mean,
yes, the police are looking at, but it's also our business, so we have a right to be looking at it.
and also we're literally just going to be flying around the city looking for something. It's not like we're actually going around looking for trouble. I imagine whoever's on the ground can actually do the dirty work, so to speak. If anything, on the griffins, be safer.
So once we find whatever we're looking for, we're not going to go straight towards it on one of these griffins, is what you're saying.
Correct. Yeah, literally just scout the location, or if the
And
target's mobile,
then,
we get somebody to mark them. You know.
and you get close enough to tell those that are not going to be on the back of a griffin where it is, and they're the ones that are going to go straight towards it.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Because you two can go up in the fucking air. I am staying on the ground. Looks at West. Looks West up and down. She probably needs to stay on the ground too.
Wist.
Oh, go ahead.
No, after you.
No, sorry, go ahead.
It's okay.
Kira!
On three. 1, 2.
Wist just sheepishly looks around, looks down at her feet. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Unless you were really desperate to get on top of a griffin.
No, I've got my goat.
Wait, you ride that thing?
Well, no, but he's good company.
I really wanted you to say yes. I was praying you'd.
He's stronger than he looks.
I really want to like walk around like I'm on my horse, like on the carriage, and then there's like below me.
And who is going to be keeping an eye on Clint?
Well, that depends on if you want Clint up in the air with you or down on the ground with me.
So you'll be
You're
looking
better
out
at
for them.
handling him.
The Clint duties is a volunteer basis.
You're better at handling him than I am.
Pat twist on the back. Yeah, so me, Clint, and Wisteria here will go wherever you point us at and whatever you find. She'll make sure that we don't end up dead on either end.
I'll do my best, but the two of you do like to try, don't you?
To be fair, most of the time when I almost end up dead, you know the reason, and the reason makes sense. Him, not so much.
Mysteria, pained, hide the pain herald look on her face. Yeah.
And for my credit, running around fighting giant building-sized demons and shit. I stay on my feet pretty good.
And you said you only had sea legs. But look at that. Them's
Oh.
also good standing legs.
You should see me when I'm actually on the ship.
Oh, are you doing right? Dancing? Swirling a boat?
There's a little smirk and a nod. Look back to Ashley and Rose. And so I'm guessing that means the two of you up on some griffins, because you know this lady.
Ashley looks very excited.
Rosette looks tired. So
You just
then
ain't excited about nothing, is you?
Huh?
You just ain't excited about nothing.
I'm excited about plenty of things.
Always,
Just not this.
always making faces. Just kind of lean over to Asteria. Is there some sort of disease that makes you make faces all the time?
Well, there are a few, however. I think her disease is just being stuck with Ashley.
What? What is that supposed to mean? Excuse me, Miss Wiss?
Rosette grins.
You just
She puts
seem
her hand over her mouth.
you just seem awfully interested in these griffins.
Is there a problem with taking an interest into something?
Well, no, but you were saying that a griffin is less notable than a horse galloping about town.
I did not say that they were less noble.
Notable, she says, T, hitting the T.
If a griffin flies, it's much more normal, but a horse galloping around full speed from part of the city, like clearly looking for something, that's going to rake up suspicion. I am very justified. Thank you very much.
Wisteria will just quietly shrug.
Taylor's still laughing.
I'm not going to apologize for my interests.
At least one of them has like walked downstairs in the morning, still half covered in glitter, right? Or like glitter
Yep.
still stuck in the hair. And then like Feyre will just like gesture between the two of them. I don't know, it's necessarily your interest. It's the amount of times I've seen glitter in one of the two of you.
She started it.
Glitter is part of my aesthetic. Have you seen this? Pulls out like part of her like cuff or some shit. It is definitely a little bit glittery.
And Feyre will reach over real fast, grab her arm, and just shake it a little bit, and see no glitter falls. Yeah, I'm thinking it's not glitter like that.
Rosette sees that, glares, or like not glares, but like looks very offensive at the glitter that falls, and kind of snaps her fingers to make it disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Dust off her wrists, her jacket coat kind of thing. See, no glitter.
Ashley is going to use prestidigitation. on your clothing to make it sparkle.
Oh, you want to play that game?
Feyre's getting out of the line of fire. Other side of Wisteria.
Rosette's gonna cast a spell. A cantrip. A lovely cantrip.
Okay.
Above
Okay.
Ashley's head.
Okay.
Glitter bomb.
Is it the glitter one?
It's the glitter bomb.
Ashley is going to use Presta again to make your clothes smell like farts.
Okay. No. What spells I got here? What spells I got here?
As this is going on, and I imagine Wiz just gets hit with the aftershock wave, but of course makes no move to move, because why would she? Why would she ever? This is just her fate. She gets hit with like a whole blast of glitter, I imagine, and there's like a wisteria-shaped hole on the glitter that then hits Feyre, like a silhouette. And Wisteria, completely unbothered, just leans over to Feyre and is like, "Baby oil helps with the glitter."
And Feyre is just like, had very purposely blocked most of her body with Wist. Doesn't manage to get it all. And just like looks down at herself, frowns. And, fucking Ashley can use Presto to annoy Rose. Feyre can use Presto to clean herself.
Or you could do that. Magic's also very helpful.
She'll clean up Wist next.
Wiz nods. Thanks.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it for me.
I was gonna say, I think part of the annoying thing was you couldn't use magic on this glitter.
Oh god. DM?
DM's AFK.
Oh.
Right. No, I'm back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Pizza was delivered.
Okay.
It's
Doesn't
just,
mention.
if the spell is cast again, all of the glitter that was used is moved. So
Yep.
it's like, yeah,
You can use magic to try and move the glitter, but you can't get rid of it.
yeah.
So I could use Presto to like shift it, couldn't I? Shift it
Yeah,
off?
I would say if you use Presto, rather than like making it disappear, you can just kind of just flake it off.
Mini leaf blower it away.
Yeah, exactly. It has to go somewhere though.
It's gonna fall on the ground, man.
The street is just covered. This corner for some reason is just caked in glitter.
So, Ashley used Presto again. Rosette will use dancing lights. Because I believe it's a special color you can pick, right? You can pick different colors.
Mm.
Something like that. She's gonna cast dancing lights so that Ashley's clothes glow like a sickly green.
Okay. I can fire back. What's your least favorite color, Rosette?
Good question.
Slowly start to pull Wist further and further away.
Let's
Wisp.
see. You're wearing
Looking up.
like
Whispering.
you're wearing like
Should we stop them?
Yeah, we'll be at this for a while. I don't think we can. If we say something, we're just gonna get hit next.
you're
Oh.
wearing like dark colors, right, Rosette?
Her aesthetic is dark blue.
Okay. Well, it's now pastel pink.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just imagining the Feyre was just slowly walking away to not
people-
like see attention.
Are people starting to watch?
Yeah,
Are-
just turned into a fucking mage prank duel in the middle of the fucking street.
Feyre will get far enough away that she thinks she's like safe from getting
Uh-huh.
hit.
Aren't we also in front of Rainier's house?
This poor man, his fucking front yard got glittered.
She's gonna like, if there's anybody that seems to be particularly interested,
Mm-hmm.
she'll just kind of like give Wist a little wink and then like kind of take a side step over to them. You know,
They're placing
might
bets.
be. Yeah, like that's what she's about to do. Start instigating bets.
Hell yeah. Oh, did she try and sway them one way or the other? Because one of them was like, I got 5 gold on the girl. It's like, no, man, I got
All
6
right.
gold on the fox boy.
All right. All right. Then it's if we're taking bets, then it's time for me to up my game.
Oh, okay.
I am going to spend a bardic inspiration to cast minstrel's magic to use minstrel's music, and I will do what is it called? Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
See, the issue here is the boys gonna be a little bit more theatrical about all this. However, the girl's got a little bit of a meaner streak, so it depends on what you think's gonna be winning here.
I'm going to be using Silent Nocturne.
Are you gonna be placing bets? Are you gonna partake in the betting? Z?
Yes.
Yeah, who are you betting on?
I'm gonna bet on Ashley because I feel like Rosette's going to get tired of this first and just be like, I'm gonna get him back later. Whereas Ashley is just gonna keep going until it's like Rosette stops.
Yep. 100%.
List, do you have any input on what's happening in front of you?
This has all gone so far beyond Wisteria's day to day. She's just like, Feyre waked and then stepped away, and Wist is just like standing in the middle of a maelstrom. It's like the training season video, but like glitter's being thrown all over the place.
Does Wisteria know what betting is?
I think it's a foreign concept to her.
Feyre will start to Feyre will, in between betting and explaining why she's betting the way she is, will explain betting to Wisteria.
Wisteria rescues the Wist, drags her to the sidelines.
Wist blinks. So, is it only coin that you spend on these bets?
Oh, no, you can spend just about anything you want, just as long as you think it's usually something of relatively the same value, maybe a little bit more if you want to go big.
Interesting. Wisteria nods, thinks for a second, pulls from her pack a small roll of like kind of fucked up looking parchments, unrolls them in front of Feyre. They appear to be treasure maps, but they are clearly drawn in crayon. And the words are just not spelled correctly. Some of them are backward. You've got the backwards R's going on in there. These are treasure maps created by children.
Oh. Perfect gift for these noble brats that are around here.
Assyria just looks around. How much for these?
Yeah, if you want to bet on one or the other of them, then I figure they're just about right to go into the pot. Looks at the other people that are on the sidewalk.
This has slowly like formed a ring around Ashley and Rosette of people. Some of them taking bets, some of them just like, I don't know, egging it on. Like changes the color of Rosette's dark blue, very refined dress to a pastel pink. And you just hear we're like, oh no, he didn't. They're just egging it on. And Feyre, Rosette, why don't y'all roll me persuasion, see how y'all set up these bets? We're doing this? No, we're gonna fucking do this. We're having rolls in this shit. Ashley and Rosette, get ready. We're doing a fucking prank duel.
No, I'm not creative. Fuck.
I would like to throw out there that I do have the gambling trait
You
or
do,
skill
you
that
do.
can I use
You can
that?
roll gambling. Yes, you can roll gambling. And you can even help Whist.
She doesn't even like money. She's just here for the thrill of the game.
All right, Whist, if you can roll, you can have advantage from Feyre helping you, but if you want, you can place a bet with someone who also throws in a random item.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What am I rolling here?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay. Do I have decent persuasion? No, I don't.
And that's a 25 for Feyre.
All right, you're gonna have advantage because Feyre's helping you.
All right. Let me see. I just have to grab my whisk dice. Yeah, that's these guys. All right. That's a 16 on the first, and a 5 on the second. So 16, and so plus 1 is 7. 17. 17.
All right, you can go ahead and roll on your trinket table. I'm assuming that's where you got the maps, right?
Yes, it's where I got the maps.
You can roll on the trinket table. I also don't know how it led up to this. One minute I'm getting pizza, the other I'm sitting down to hear the sickest burn from Whist.
Oh god, this is... I mean, it's not broken or anything, it's just weird.
What is it?
A lime green giant-sized sandal. As in sized for a giant.
You know what? Fuck it.
We ball.
Yes, we ball. We run with it. As equally as useful as the fucking kid maps, I think.
Yeah. Maybe those kids hid their baseball cards somewhere, okay?
Yeah, you maybe they did. You know?
Finish describing what you're going to be using your bardic shit for.
Yes, actually continue. However, I want you both to know that, like, Pokemon battle music has started. You guys now have an arena of this street right outside Rainier's house.
So what was
I'm using Silent Nocturne. It is an AoE effect. Whenever you would cast a spell, you have to roll a charisma save, and if you fail, you lose the spell.
So straight up, okay. Okay. Does this count for cantrips?
It's just a spell. Attempts to cast a spell. So I assume cantrips count.
Okay. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And let's see how vindictive Rosette's gonna be here.
Okay, roll me a charisma save.
I need to check to see how vindictive is gonna be first.
What's up?
I need to see how vindictive she's gonna be first. Oh, yeah, she's gonna be very vindictive.
Okay.
So charisma.
It's a 17. It's a DC 17 charisma save.
17? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I rolled a 16.
So you're good.
So.
And I have a 3 charisma.
Okay. Okay, so it goes through.
Mm-hmm. You make it.
Yeah, one of your strings is now broken.
Oh no! I imagine it's in the middle of your strongest chord, and then it snaps, and the whole chord goes like awkward and bad, and people just kind of put their hands over their ears, like ah.
But I'm not using. I am using my spectral instrument. But I imagine Rosette doesn't know that. But
it's a spectral hand, right?
Yeah.
The mage hand?
Mm-hmm.
No, my instrument. Remember, we swapped out my instrument so that it's used with my magic instead. Remember?
Oh fuck, did we?
Yeah, that's my new boon. I put aside the Titania thing, and you gave me the ability to like use my magic to form stuff now.
Oh, okay.
Well, even if it's like magic formed,
Mhm.
like you could say that she just uses her magic to like disrupt the flow of yours to make a bad note.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine
Or
with
the
that.
the mage hand plays with
Fucks up
yeah.
your strings.
All right.
You're playing a chord,
I
and then there's all of a sudden just a mage hand wrapped around the neck of it.
Just like tugging on a
Right.
string, making it flat when it shouldn't be flat.
Okay, fair enough. I am going to cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to initiate a Thumb War with your Mage Hand.
Roll me Arcana checks. Contested Arcana checks. Let's see.
Oh, Arcana, no.
We can gentlemen to something else. What do you want a gentleman to?
No,
Rosette?
no. You guys
No.
are doing Thumb Wars. Roll me Arcana.
The DM has to be able to
I'm-
decide some things here.
DM, I would argue
You-
that to win a
you're
Thumb
both-
War, one would need acrobatic capabilities.
No.
Or
If it was your
intimidation.
thumb, maybe, but it's a spectral thumb. They use someone with magic. Roll me
Okay,
Arcana,
okay.
sorcerer and bard.
So I got a 14.
No!
9. Alright, Rosette wins the Thumb War.
Fuck! You see Ashley just cursing like, damn it.
She wins the thumb thumb war. The thumb is actually painted. It is very pretty. It's
To
sparkly.
be fair, this tracks because my Mage Hand is invisible. So no, this tracks.
Yo, I still got mage hand going. Fuck it. Gotta pull Ashley's hair.
What? Oh, we're going to hair now.
Hang on. Hear me out. Gonna kind of swirl around him because his hair is a little long, right? Got a little bit of length.
It's got a little bit.
Just wrap the ends of it around the part of his instrument, even if it is ethereal. It's still annoying.
Wait, so what are you doing?
Tangling a bit of
wrapped
your hair in like the strings of your lute.
Yep.
It's not that long. Not nearly that long. It's like his shoulder.
Yeah, but shouldn't it like reach the tips, kind of thing? Like the tips of it reach the end of the.
If he lifts the lute up a little bit while he's playing, it could theoretically.
Wait, what instrument is he playing?
I imagine it's a lute.
Okay, it's a lute, it's
Wait,
not a
wait.
violin. I think that
Yeah, it's
might
not a
be what
violin.
Iris is imagining.
Okay, never mind. Then I changed my mind. Just tug on his ears a little bit.
The... Oh no, not the fox ears.
Yep. Flick him.
Ashley is going to use minor illusion to make you a blonde, to make you look like you're a blonde. So you're now you now look like Princess Peach, basically.
Oh my gosh, you got Princess Peach.
Okay. What else can I do?
Oh, by the way, Wiz, who are you betting on?
Oh man, I have to pick somebody I'm betting on.
Yeah.
Who did Farrah bet on?
Ashley.
I feel like that's a good bet. But I feel like Whist would bet on Rosette.
Okay.
No pressure, Amy. No pressure, Iris.
She's got kids' treasure maps on the line, Iris.
Oh no.
All right, Rosette, what's your response? Your hair is blonde, your dress is now pastel pink.
See, the thing that you don't understand is Rosette's in
Uh-huh.
disguise now. She has no reason to hide.
She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, Presto Ashley's um let's see. He wears gloves, right?
Oh,
He
by the way, how
does.
long does your nocturne thing last?
A minute.
Okay. Because we're kind of
Oh
going.
yeah, so roll me a Christmas save.
Mhm. It's like 10 rounds. I feel like this is like the 4th or 5th round?
Yeah,
Because it's just
something like
back and
that.
forth, back and forth? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just keep the mage hand. Keep the tugging on the ears and the fucking to be annoying.
Okay.
Does
Um,
Ashley have a
Sorry.
tail?
Ah,
No,
yes.
he does not have a tail.
I
He
thought he
does not
did.
have a tail.
He doesn't? Are
does
you
not have a tail.
sure?
I
Could
could
have
have
sworn he
sworn
did.
you've said that he had a
yeah.
tail several times.
Does he?
I also
Yeah, I
thought he had a
remember that.
tail.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm misremembering. Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, he can have a tail. That's fine.
Pull.
Yeah.
Yoink!
Huh.
Are
You're
you
getting less
distracted?
creative. You're getting less creative, Rosette. I'm gonna have my familiar land on your shoulder and begin cawing loudly in your ear.
You have a familiar?
I have a. I've mentioned this like every session. I have a
hummingbird or
raven
some shit.
familiar.
Yeah, it's a bird.
Yeah, it's a raven. It's a raven
Oh,
familiar.
okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I have a. But that's the raven's action. That's not even my action. I could still go.
But aren't you distracted at all?
Oh no, he's
Technically,
prepared for this.
Technically, there probably
full-
should be some sort of
Initiative.
penalty
Penalty, yeah.
for successfully pulling the tail.
That's not how this works.
This is.
Excuse me, you have
This-
argued against every idea that Iris has thrown. We get to argue
Mhm.
against you.
We can say that because this is not a proper combat. It's kind of just a back and forth. You guys have enough time for like inaction, essentially.
Let's see.
So we can say that him summoning the familiar, commanding the attack is what he does. It's kind of like Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
You guys can do one significant thing.
Does the Raven just fucking follow Ashley around on the rooftops all day then?
That's kind of what I picture. Yeah. I just have them flying around when I don't need them.
Y'all to have 12 dogs, a horse, 2 birds in that fucking tavern.
Uh-huh.
And
A
Gil's there
fairy.
too. A fairy,
ghost.
yeah. A ghost.
A tabaxi.
Yeah,
I
a
fail to see the issue
tabaxi.
with any of this.
Fucking 2. Do you have 2 fays in that house? Not even including List.
Ooh, I have an idea. I'm going to cast Silent Image.
Roll me a save.
That is another 16 plus 3.
Ugh. You're rolling too well. It's not fair.
Silent Image, so that Ashley looks like a clown.
Oh no.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's so good.
Does Ashley even realize that they look like a clown though? Because
No.
it's silent image.
Not even in the slightest. Not even in the slightest.
People just start laughing. See a little kid near Farah and Whist kind of like jumps up and down, and they're holding up a book, and you can see on the cover of the book as Farah and Whist look, it looks like a clown and a princess in a pink dress with blonde hair. Kids like, oh my god, it's the characters from the book
Yeah.
losing their shit.
You know what would also be funny as a reference? I don't know why. It's not as funny as a clown, but if you look like Princess Peach and Ashley has fox ears and shit, just make it look like the fox ear version of fucking Mario.
Oh my god.
The Tanuki. Yeah.
Tanuki Mar.
Wist looks down at this child, looks at Feyre. We got ourselves a wee prophet.
Looks at it, kind of grins. Yeah, who knew that you wouldn't be seeing all this type of stuff today?
Kids pogging out of their fucking mind.
We should ask him for more numbers for this betting situation.
Oh, you finding something that you like this bit?
Ah, I must admit, there's a bit of a thrill to it. I want to
Remind me.
see blood.
Remind me to introduce you to poker.
Poking.
Poker.
Twist squints, takes out her scalpel from her pack, looks at the scalpel.
Card game. Card game that involves spin.
That sounds fun.
There is a very impish grin.
Oh man. As the crowd just cracks up at this, they're all laughing at Ashley. Ashley, you're not sure why.
Yeah,
She
I'm
did
not sure why.
something, though. That bitch did something.
That
But
bitch.
Farah and List, if you guys want to like up the antes on your bet, you can give me another roll, another set of rolls.
Yeah, let's fucking
Fuck
go.
it.
Let's fuck.
Why not? We're gonna be spending this
Alright.
time on this. We might as well get some money out of it, or some
Right.
random bullshit.
Yeah, you guys can. Farah can roll me gambling. List, you can roll me persuasion with advantage.
I rolled a
Just roll-
16 both times, so I'll take a
Alright.
17.
All right, you can roll on your table. What is she getting, and what's she gonna get in exchange if she wins?
Okay, so
New
that's
items.
2 rolls.
Mhm.
21
Bless
on
this
Farah.
generator. Whist is
Okay,
putting
fair.
up for stake a palm-sized iron cage, and the counter item is a key to a family crypt.
What? Fuck it, we ball.
Oh my goodness.
Fuck it, sure, we'll keep
Amy.
those. Yes.
Did we get our special features from the dream yet?
Yes, you both did.
I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Song.
What does that do?
Oh boy.
Let's see, where's the... I'm looking, give me a sec.
Man, Ashley, even if you win this fight, this is gonna turn into a war that you are not prepared for, my friend.
Oh, I want this. You need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. For what, though?
To fall asleep.
Okay, I'll make a wisdom saving throw.
It's got a 20-foot
I hope we're
radius
not
centered on Ashley. It's gonna affect some of the crowd.
So, here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
The wisdom saving throw would total 7.
Uh-huh.
But, Rosette's an elf.
There's also what?
An elf. She can't be
Magic
physically
can't put her to
connected.
sleep.
Magic can't put her to
Ooh.
sleep.
If you want to retcon that,
Okay.
you can, so you don't waste.
Yeah, because he would
Yeah.
know that. Darn.
Yeah, he'd remember she's an elf.
Gets an
How dare
idea,
elves naturally
remembers.
be gifted with everything.
I was low-key waiting for it, I'm just saying.
In that case, he will cast Unseen Servant, going for amount of people here. So in addition to his familiar, he now has Unseen Servant, and the Unseen Servant is going to take some water from his jug and splash it onto her.
Oh no, not wet peach. Also, that's just the clown got this person drenched in water.
Yep. No, I'm playing into it. It's fun. It's funny.
Okay. Okay.
So now there is a bird cawing in your ear. There's now a servant fucking with you.
Hmm. Rosette looks actually a little pissed.
Ooh.
Fucking let me see if fucking Feyre even notices that shit. Yep. Feyre sees that, and she's gonna, like, even if she's in the middle of talking bets, if she's in the downrange firing of Rose,
Okay.
she's just turning Wisteria, like, we're gonna go over here.
Relocation.
Wisteria follows.
You know what? You know what's really fun?
Uh-huh.
It's lots of fun. You know, that's circus. It's dagger shows. When you throw daggers at something on a board.
Oh, so we're getting violent now.
No. She's not gonna attack you.
Uh-huh.
But she's gonna throw them so that they she's gonna use sword burst to
Explain.
just make it kind of look like there's some weapons zooming past the shoulder, the leg kind of thing, like the kind of making that comic, like, oh, I just dodged kind of thing. She's not actually aiming to hurt him.
She's wanting the
Okay.
dance monkey dance move.
Yes, exactly.
Can I try to endure it? Look calm as a cucumber through it? Would that be okay? As like maybe like a deception roll?
I would say if you want to just endure it calm as cucumber,
Yeah.
you can. Maybe a will save? Because I feel like that's more like, okay, do you have the willpower to stay still?
Don't have a will in this system.
Sorry,
Oh,
wisdom.
well saved? Oh.
Sorry.
We have wisdom.
Wisdom. Or if you want to be cooler than her, you can roll me in acrobatics.
Okay. I'll
And
roll
just
acro. I'll roll acro.
Dodge.
Yeah, I'll roll acro. I'm not rolling well today.
Ooh.
We
Feyre
can't
just
roll
leans
well.
down to Whisk. Sure you're not some sort of, like, chaotic fair or something, because this all started because you made one comment. And now we got a circus.
Whist looks around and then points to her. Me? But it's just a wee bit of banter.
You're not in trouble. You don't have to start, like, getting upset about it. But, sure, there's not just a little bit of chaos down there. There's someone deep in there.
Whist looks out over the fight as Ashley attempts to do a backflip. Actually, is that disadvantage or advantage with the acrobatics? Which one did you get?
The
That's
first
regular
one.
The first
Okay.
one. Yeah.
As Ashley attempts to do a backflip to stave off the daggers, and she just kind of laughs to herself. No, it is a wee bit fun, isn't it?
You guys are
Alright.
corrupting list. I'll say, Ashley, you don't beef it. However, you wanted to just do
doesn't
the
look
cool
and it's
matrix.
okay. Yeah.
Imagine he tried to do the cool matrix, just like lean, but he ends up underestimating one of them and he has to jump above it. So he does lose the cool. He does have to jump at least once to dodge.
I mean, the backflip's still cool though, so I'll take it.
Yeah,
still
backflip's
good.
still cool.
The less cool part is that there's the backflip, but right before the people that are closest can hear, like, oh shit.
Let's see. I don't have many. No, I have vicious mockery.
Psychic
What do
damage.
you say?
I gotta come up with something.
Your
I'm
hair,
not very good.
whack. Your style, whack. Your magic, whack. Me, I'm fly as fuck.
Oh my god.
It'd
Well,
probably
Piper's
be something about how she looks like a pretty princess right now, because I know that's what Rosette would absolutely hate. But I don't know what.
Oof. Alright, well, while you're thinking of something, Farah and Whis, both of you guys roll me perception checks.
Alright, let's see what we got here, boss. That's a 2. And then my bonus is a 6, so that's 8.
That is... What is that? That's... Okay. That's a 21. 21, yes.
Alright, Whis. You're a little too keyed in to this person making the bet with them. Imagine it's like Farah steps aside and lets you handle the bet for the first time, and it works. Holy shit, it worked. You made a bet. But Farah, you hear a sound behind you. As you turn, you see the crowd is just focused on this fight. But you look behind you and you see up the steps, you see a door open, and you see a fucking tired Rainier who looks like he's just been woken up from the nap of the fucking century. Like, the bags under this man's eyes. He's, like, leaning against, like, the door frame, just poking his head out. He's like, you just see just a confusion on his face. As he's like, what the fuck is happening?
Feyre will just turn where she's standing and, like, wave. Rainier, hey, we've just come to talk to you.
As he just slowly climbs down the steps, just tight hold on the railing. You see that he's kind of favoring one side as he kind of half limps down. He's so fucking confused, but you have answers presumably, so he's gonna approach you. He's like, "You were what?"
So he is obviously
Red-
fucked up, right?
At this point, yes.
Feyre,
Oh, Rainier, perfect timing. Your pretty princess is here to speak with you, and he'll bow and do like a mocking bow, pointing at Rosette, who I imagine is very unrecognizable, and that'll be his vicious mockery as well.
Feyre kind of like
Ooh.
watches him come down. Well, finalize the roll for the vicious mockery first, I guess.
Yeah, roll the vicious mockery.
I have to save.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Rosette. This Ashley's burn sting.
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom. Let's play. Where's my light? That is a 9 plus 2.
Nope.
So 11.
Fails. That is a fail.
So you're dealing damage to me?
I'm gonna hand wave the damage part, unless you want me to actually deal damage.
It does
But-
strain to you, not damage.
Yeah. This one hurts your soul.
But
Yeah.
as that is happening, like Feyre has clocked in on Rainier not looking good. And she's kind of like gone from very relaxed, kind of waving at him and grinning, surrounded by chaos, to like a little bit straighter, a little bit of a frown. Will kind of catch his elbow. Even if he doesn't want to give the elbow, she kind of catches his elbow all the same.
He's too tired to fight you on this. I'll say there's no visible blood. I'll say that you might see some bandages peeking out, but like under his shirt. But listen, he has been treated. He's just like he's just oofed.
Still, she like catches his elbow and kind of looks him over once. There's a whole little thing that they got into a little bit of scuffle, but looks like you gotten into a little bit more real Wisteria.
Whist looks up, and she's just now turning back toward Feyre with like a betting slip in her hand, and she weighs it, and she's like, "Feyre, this lad over here, he's placed a bet of 20 gold on pretty little princess woman. Eh? I did it!"
Feyre kind of like grins for half a second, like 20 go. Oh, yes, you did. Good job, but I think Rania might need you to be doing your other job.
Whist looks over to Rainier, and then just calculations happen, and then she clocks the injuries and the tiredness, I'm sure. And she's like, oh, and she hands Feyre the slip, and then walks up to Rainier. Can I have a look at you? I'm a doctor, I promise.
He will try and wave her off. He's like, no, I'm fine.
She gets pinched.
Just fine. Just what?
If you're feeling hale and hearty, you'll not mind me taking a look at you, will you?
All right, fine. Just can you guys explain what's happening? What is this?
Frank will gone a little bit too far because of magic between a couple of old friends. And she will turn on her heel and kind of look at Rose and Ashley in the street. I'm imagining Rosette looks even more pissed.
I imagine when Ashley said that, she did get pissed, and she just very, like, with purpose, walked forward, brought her hand along the floor, scooped up some glitter.
Oh no!
While Ashley is bowing to Rainier. And when he stands up, straight to the face. With her own physical hand. Glitter.
Patent pending glitter slap.
And as the scuffle starts to break out in earnest, Feyre will leave Rainier for Wisteria to handle, and will promptly walk over to the two of them and collar, pull apart, and we're done here.
He hears you from the crowd like, wait, no, who won? We need a winner!
Rosette got in the last hit.
Wait, no, but I have an invisible mage hand. I'm not done yet. I am going to have the hand, like, braid her hair incorrectly, like, in a weird-ass pattern.
But there's a referee stoppage! There's a referee stoppage!
I ain't heard no bell.
I imagine if Feyre notices, well, to be fair to you, I will roll to see what her perception is.
Alright.
That's a 19 without the addition, so that's 25. So I imagine that she notices that Ashley is doing some shit. And will look very pointedly at Ashley, just kind of like lift him up an extra couple of inches, eye to eye. Our friend is hurt enough.
Isn't she taking care of him right now?
It does not negate the fact that you're done.
Okay, first of all, you are not my mother.
You're done.
I'm not scared of you, Farah.
I'm not trying to be scary. I'm trying to point out the fact that you need to be a little bit more polite about the fact that your friend is hurt.
Then say that rather than trying to be all
I
scary
did.
like.
You just I said your friend is hurt, and then you immediately responded with well, isn't he already being taken care of? That's dismissing the fact that your friend is hurt.
Get off of me, and he'll just try and push, not hard, but just push her back a little.
She lets him go. Like, she's already probably let Rosette done, because I don't imagine Rosette fought when this was.
No, she didn't. Like, initially, she was kind of being annoyed with Ashley and showing her hostility, but hearing, hey, your friend's injured, she's more kind of trying to peek over towards him, like, fuck, I forgot he was asleep, kind of thing. She feels a little guilty.
And Feyre just kind of looks Ashley over head to toe with there's a very mixed expression on her face. But she just turns and starts to go back to Rainier. Why don't we get you back inside?
I imagine by this time, Wiss has already looked him over, right?
Yeah, she was beginning her initial look over while all of that was going on.
Mm-hmm. You roll me a quick medicine check real quick.
Yeah, sure. That is a 10 plus 6, 16.
Okay. He's not fatally injured. You can see that some of these injuries are older, and he really just needs rest. He just needs to let them... Sorry, it's playtime for Sailor.
Hi, Sailor.
Hello, Sailor. Here
He's
there
playing
was
with
a prank war going on, and he wanted in.
Uh-huh, he's got the octopus. Yeah, having fun. But there's not much more you could do unless you want to get actual healing things out for him, magic wise or item wise. Other than that, he just needs rest. He just needs to let the injuries heal.
Let me see.
He's fine.
I don't think I have anything that would just... My kingdom for suggestion.
Could she potentially roll a medicine check to try and make it a little bit better?
Yeah, if she could do that, then she will.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. That's an 18 plus 6, 24.
Okay, so how would you like to, help? Do you want to, give him something for, pain?
I imagine that she, gives him something for the pain, and then, sits him down somewhere, like a bench or something, and, covers his eyes for a little bit. This is, spa treatment whist hours.
Yeah,
makes him
closest.
lean back, eye mask, yada yada.
Okay. Does it definitely help with the pain? Do you think it's a tea maybe? Or is it a salve or...
Yeah, let's go with, she gives him this, cool, cold tea, basically, something of the sort, sweetened with a bit of honey, makes the medicine go down a bit better, that helps with the pain, and then while that's kicking in, she enforces a mandatory cat nap, by, just trying to get him to turn off TM for a second,
Yeah, probably sit him down on his front steps. Probably be the easiest place. For him to just sit and rest and wait for the medicine to kick in.
Let's see. I have... can I lobby for a not normal use of a spell?
I'm willing to hear.
I have Close Wounds here, which is for immediately regaining hit points when you get hurt, right? But going off the idea of closing wounds here, can I stanch some of the effects of the insomnia somewhat? It's okay if not.
I would say closed wounds in particular is more so for physical stuff.
All right. That's totally fine. If you
want, you could get to work on making something like a tea or some other thing to treat the insomnia. That could be a medicine check. It'll take you an hour.
Yeah, sure. Wist will get right on that then.
Mhm. But Whis, you enact mandatory rest time after you had him drink this little concoction you made. As the rest of the group approaches, the crowd is confused. A lot of people are wondering who gets the bet. They betted. What happens now? There are arguments for who won. If any of you would like to try to guide that one direction or another, you can.
Feyre has been fully distracted by Rainier being injured in a way that Rainier has not been injured before.
I would like to cast Silent Image again if possible.
If you got the spell slots for it, go ahead.
Yeah, I have one
Mhm.
spell slot.
You've used all your... Oh my god.
I only have 2 spell slots.
Y'all bitches petty.
So Silent Image to essentially, you know how like in movies there's those screen or like the background walls that are just painted background?
Oh yeah, like a matte painting.
Yeah, basically just want it to like look like there's nothing on the porch essentially once we walk towards it, even though we're sitting there. Just keep
rest hours backstage. I see.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha. Okay, you can do that.
Just so we have a little bit more privacy.
Mm-hmm. And alright, if you guys are gonna let the people decide who wins, I'm gonna roll a die. The judges are conferring with each other on prank points. And Ashley wins.
My poor treasure maps.
Your poor treasure maps and your poor cage.
Man, I want to know what that fucking family crypt key goes to.
Yeah, let's
Right?
go crypt diving.
Well, we lost that.
Yep.
Oh.
We know who has it, though.
You know who's willing to bet it? This random guy in North Ward. Sorry, in Sea Ward.
If
Wrong ward.
Ashley follows over, because, like, Feyre went to, like, try and move Rainier, and I imagine was to, like, shoot her away for a minute. And if Ashley gets close again, like, she will use Presto to, like, fucking leaf blow the splinter off of Ashley's face.
Fucking Ashley looks like a clown. Rosette looks like Princess Peach. Rosette's also soaking wet.
Ashley doesn't look like a clown now after the
second cast.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
I was paying attention to concentration.
Mm-hmm.
When Feyre comes over to try and get at Rainier while Wisteria is working, she's actually very firm and strikingly confident about, like, no, I'm working here. You gotta give me a minute.
Just so you know, he does have a nice couch and chair and bed and everything upstairs when you're done.
We'll get there when we get there.
Hands up, takes a step back.
Thank you.
Rosette will move towards the door and open it for when we are ready to move in.
Mm-hmm. The door is in fact locked.
And?
Well, how are you gonna open it?
She has a key.
Okay.
I've been wanting to find a towel while you're in there.
Yeah. Just nod.
By now, the minor illusion probably wore off, because only like a minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's back to Ashley and Rosette, but Rosette is wet. Drenched. Her poor hair. But you can find a towel easy enough, you know where they are.
Yeah.
And which doesn't take too long, and sitting down, and once that nice cold brew tea you made him starts kicking in, you see he seems much more, I don't know, lively. much more alert.
Wist will nod. Alright, we're taking you inside. You'll be getting some more rest there, unless you're looking to collapse in the middle of the street.
There's a snort that morphs into a little bit of a cough. Yeah, I don't think that would be the ideal, but yeah, okay, let's get inside.
No, it wouldn't be ideal, so what are you gonna do? Let me hear it. You're gonna listen to your doctor.
I'm gonna listen to my doctor.
I'm not gonna go gallivanting about doing who knows what in the middle of the night.
Can we just go inside now?
Wisteria crosses her arms.
Feyre in the background just shrugging.
Rosette walking out, grinning a bit at the scene.
I imagine she's standing in front of him, just arms crossed, and he's just sitting there.
Head tilt.
Look, I have important work that I need to be doing. I can't stay here for too long.
Renee, I think she might just stab you with one of her horns if you don't agree.
Looks to Wist.
Wist will, you know what? Wist is feeling saucy today. She's unlocked the magic of betting. She's had her nose beaten in. She's tasted blood. Her own. Wist will stamp her leg as if she is going to charge.
Roll me intimidation. I never thought I'd ask Wist to roll intimidation, but here we are.
It's not gonna work. I will tell you that right now.
You never know.
Can I help here? Can I give her advantage by like making a little bit of dust or like smoke come out like from behind her?
Can I give her a bardic inspiration?
Okay, you know what? Sure.
No, wait. I have enhanced ability. I have enhanced ability. Hang on.
Well, she's already getting advantage.
Yeah, she's already getting advantage.
Oh, she didn't give me that. Okay, then I'll give her inspiration.
All right. So my first roll was a 3. So I'll roll again. What does the inspiration do for me?
I had said D6 additional to it.
Okay. So 12. Okay, D6 additional.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5. So that's a 17.
Okay.
And then my intimidation is a 1. 18. Not bad.
Okay. Well, I would like to commemorate this moment here. Wisteria has successfully intimidated someone.
In the only arena she feels any confidence in. Being a doctor.
Bullying her patients.
She stamps her foot. There's this like a gust of what was it that Rosette added?
How I imagine is like, you know, in cartoons when a bull is really angry, you see like little like air come out of their nose, like smoke kind of. That's kind of what I imagine.
And,
Yeah.
and does Ashley add the background music that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. The notes are a little more shrill, just to heighten on the fear. It's this perfect mixture here. And Rainier just holds up his hands. He's like, okay, I won't go gallivanting.
I'll high five Rose.
Yeah, once enemies, now
united. Wisteria
Yeah.
does not notice that happening behind her. She is blissfully unaware. She thinks that she has pulled this off, right?
Rosette will high five back.
And she just leans back and looks a little proud of herself. She's like, there. All right. Let's get you inside and get you your favorite blanket and all that. But you're resting.
Oh, okay, I'm going. He's a little like intimidated by Whist.
Whist.
Rosette. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
I was gonna say Rosette will sign that she'll go grab some comfy blankets and pillows for him.
And Farrah's gonna move up to kind of catch his elbow, help him up and up the stairs again.
Mm-hmm. But you guys get inside, and for Rosette, it's exactly as you left it. For everyone else, the first area is, more of a living space. Then you see connected to it, isn't like a dining area, and past that you see into the start of the kitchen. And you see Rainier just kind of gravitates towards the couch. That's very, very nice. And he kind of just plops down onto a pillow. You see there's like a blanket on the couch already. You see that like the coffee table, it does have stuff on it. There's like a little like tea set with like 2 cups on it. There's a little thing of cookies, like little cracker snacks that you'd eat with tea. You see a little paper folded on the table, just resting there. And you see that he just collapses onto the couch. There's other couches. There's enough seats for everyone, plus a couple more people to chill around this coffee table. But he just kind of sinks into it.
Favorite will drop him off of the couch, turn around, grab like a cookie, and then as she is wandering the room, looking at the room, because I'm assuming this is fancy rich boy hours, right?
This is in fact fancy rich boy hours, but it's not like extravagant. It's not like things are gold plated, just good quality. But Feyre, as you grab a cookie, by the way, they are ginger cookies. They're very tasty. But you do see that as you reach for a cookie, right next to the cookies is a note that you see has very familiar handwriting on it.
She'll grab a cookie and the note.
Mm-hmm.
And start her pacing and wandering with the note in hand.
Alright, Iris, would you like to share what the note says?
It's just a very simple note. It says, thanks for the talk. Sorry I couldn't stay longer. And it's signed Rose.
And she'll look it over and just kind of like, because Rosette has gone upstairs to get blankets and shit.
Yep.
Just kind of have it in hand, kind of against one hip as she eats the cookie and wanders, and will look back over her shoulder at Rainier. So, what exactly got you all beaten up and everything? Because I know that that's not going to be Volo and Floon, because those two could not fight their way out of a wet paper bag.
You see, he kind of props himself up on the pillows. That tea from Whist is doing wonders. As he also reaches to grab a cookie. And kind of munches on it. As he kind of just sighs. His shoulders are kind of slumped. He kind of takes a hand and kind of tries to fix his hair. It's back up into it's man bun hours. This was his resting day. So it's fancy rich boy and also man bun hours for this guy. But you see that he kind of is resistant to answering the question as he kind of just shifts his eyes to the side a little bit. I was just out doing some work and I ran into more trouble than I thought I would.
Yeah, you probably won't be telling us a little bit more, considering the fact that somebody that was looking for you ended up dead on our doorstep a little bit earlier.
He kind of jumps up a little bit, straightening, winces a little bit, because you probably shouldn't have moved that fast, but here we are.
You better stay your ass on that couch if you have any respect for the doctor at all.
Sits back down.
I think the name was, what was it? Descalon?
Ah, yes, the dwarf, Despacito.
Dalika.
Dalika, there we go.
Wait, what happened?
That looks at Farah.
Why is Ashley looking at her?
Because we both started, and then I imagine, like, Ashley, like, looks at her, like, okay, are you gonna do it? Am I gonna do it?
Farrah just kind of like looks at Ashley and just like motions her head, nods in his direction.
Well, I'm gonna give you the Spock notes, as it were. Our tavern came under attack today, and among one of the deceased was one. I already forgot his name again.
It's in the chat. It's right above your 2 rolls.
I'm sorry about my 2 rolls.
Dalakar.
Okay, Dalakar. Thank you. And one of their friends, Dalakar, was among the deceased.
No, that. Are you sure it was him? That can't be right. He was here early this morning.
Well, considering the fact that the 2 Lady Griffin riders that were there called him that, I'm assuming yes.
Dwarf, yay big, about this build, with this height and this hair color.
Fried extra crispy thanks to a couple fireballs.
Kind of leans back against the couch. Did anyone else get hurt?
There were a couple from the Zentana deceased as well.
And a couple of regulars over on our side of town.
You see, he's kind of taking this in. He's kind of quiet for a minute. Not even eating the cookie anymore. He's just holding it.
So, you want to fill us in on a little bit more things? Because whether or not you want us involved, we already are.
He scratches his forehead. You see, as he moves his hair, there's like a scab there that he's picking at.
Whist, smack up, Whist, smack up.
Whist just he moves to scratch, and can I try to have Whist intercept?
You definitely can. He's scared of you at the moment.
Yeah. Whist will just take his wrist, set it back down, not forcefully, but firmly.
Kind of stiffens for a second. I imagine Wiz sat down next to him.
I imagine she's like standing behind him.
Stand out is even worse. I love it. He lost sight of her and he relaxed.
That first
Like,
mistake. First mistake.
Yes. Losing track of her.
It's the man on the moon meme.
Yep.
Perfect. He kind of stiffens and just, yep, no, he'll put his hand down. No scratching here. Well, I really didn't want any of you to get involved. That's the last thing I wanted to do. I didn't even want to get involved in all of this.
Well, too late. We're already involved, and, well, we have a tendency of making things wrap up a little bit faster than people anticipate, so tell us, and if it's something we can help with, and all of us will get out of here a lot faster.
Well, as I was... Never mind.
No?
Just to give you all context here, Dalakar was an associate of my father's. He's one of his loyal persons. I don't talk with my father, but he's a trusted friend of his, and he's been trying to get in contact with me, and I want nothing to do with that, so I haven't given him the time of day. Seems that me ignoring him this morning made him go to you all. I'm very sorry about that. It's not what I wanted. I was hoping he had no reason to see a connection between us at all, but apparently he's more perceptive than I anticipated.
Trusted friend as in advisor, or trusted friend as in hired muscle?
Bit of both. He was a loyalist to my father. He still thinks that my father is the true Open Lord of Waterdeep, despite the fact that he is not. He hasn't been for a long time.
Okay, correct me if I am wrong here,
Mhm.
Amy.
E.
If I recall way back when we first met Rainier and we are talking about...
Yeah.
Good lord. There a
Oh,
dog
can you
fight
hear the
going on?
dogs? Oh, sorry. Those are my neighbor's dogs.
I assumed it was the neighbor's dogs. I was just like, it sounded like there was a dog fight starting all of a sudden.
Yeah, there's 3 Chihuahua mixes on the fucking like balcony next to me, and they're all angled toward me. I'm gonna mute.
But when we first met Rainier and we were getting the backstory on him, was it his father or his like grandfather or uncle that was like the one that supposedly like laundered money or whatever?
It was his father.
Father, okay.
But yeah, no, it was his father that was the previous Open Lord of Waterdeep. Big scandal, accused of embezzling like a fuck ton of money. He was ousted from Waterdeep, and now he is the Open Lord of Neverwinter.
And we can assume from what Rainier said, he's trying to get back to Waterdeep rather than Neverwinter.
I wouldn't say you could draw that conclusion, but that's not what I'm trying to convey here.
Gotcha.
It's more so like his influence is here for some reason. So one of his people, someone that was loyal to him, is here for some reason, trying to get to Rainier, and then went from Rainier, couldn't get to Rainier, went to you guys instead.
Okay, gotcha.
And Rosette joins the party.
Feyre just kind of like is standing still, one hand on her hip, the other hand, to imagine, just like shaking off the last crumbs of a cookie. Kind of shifts her weight. So, you have absolutely no idea why he would be coming to you.
Swallow.
Hi, Mr. Amy.
What?
They say hi.
The internet says hi too.
Yeah, can you please repeat that?
She's just like, so you have no idea what this guy was coming to you for. You didn't even let him say 2 sentences that might clue you in.
He just shakes his head. I assume it has to do with the money my father laundered from the city. I assume that's what everyone who wants to talk with me about him is after. But I don't know where that is. And I don't want to be seen talking with someone loyal to my father at all. The last thing I need is for any more people to question my integrity. Again.
Get you going around picking street fights.
I wouldn't say that I'm picking the fights, I'm just finishing them.
Oh, okay, tough boy. Who are you fighting with?
Lately, mostly the Zentarium and the Xanathar killed.
Is it you are seeking them out to go mess with them, or they are seeking you out and you are having to defend yourself?
It's more like I am trying to accomplish things, and that includes sneaking
Things.
around them. And sometimes I can't always sneak around them perfectly, or I have to get through some of them. And so there's an altercation there. Lately, though, it seems like they're seeking me out specifically. So I'm getting into more fights than I would usually anticipate getting into.
I'd wager for at least a Zentarum that's true, considering they're the ones that threw a fireball at your dad's old friend there.
And you're positive it was them that threw the fireball?
If it wasn't them that threw the fireball, they were at least chasing them.
Well,
We
that's not
have
good.
some idea of who threw the fireball. We just have to get to him first to figure out who he's connected to.
Alright. So who do you know that threw the fireball in the first place?
The Machine Man.
I'm sorry, what?
Machine Man. Gestures roughly the height.
Are you talking about an inventor? An
Invention.
invention. Oh. He kind of like sits up a little straighter, kind of stretches a little bit. Alright, I can work with that.
Work with. Nah, you are sitting your ass on that couch until she points at Wisteria, tells you you can get up.
Not anytime soon.
You are not working anything.
I. It won't take me more than a day to rest up. And even then, that's time wasted. You see, this happened today, so we need to get moving quickly if we want to figure out what happened and who's responsible. What this
You
all ties
realize
to.
who you're talking to?
Aye.
Go ahead, Wist.
Oh, I'm terribly wounded and exhausted, so I'll just go breaking my oaths and working some more so that I need more time to recover. Oh, yeah, I don't plan on doing nothing worth doing for the next 2 months.
Look, I can get information. I won't get into any fights, but I can get more information.
I would like
That's
to
what I
point out you're already talking at your ass, considering the fact that you were just talking about the fact that you just happen into these things. You don't even go looking for them all the time, number one. And number two, who exactly do you think? Do you remember who grabbed your ass out from underneath a mind flayer?
Rosette signs. Excuse me?
Mm-hmm. Back, I met Rainier before I knew any of y'all. 'Cause, Volo hired us, and that's how we ended up with Troll Skull in the first place. Because his buddy Floon, who has that nice little resemblance to Rainier here, went missing. Discovered that both Floon and Rainier had been kidnapped. And by the Zentarum and the Xanathars, both. Rania got out nice and easy by being locked up with a whole bunch of Kenku. Floon was captured by a mind flayer, but that just means that, what, you were one street away from being captured by a mind flayer?
Rainier is looking at the cookies. He'll pick up another cookie. He's not looking at Rosette. He's not looking at Wisteria. He's not looking in either
Don't say.
direction. um, he's very interested in this cookie right here. You know, it's specialty ginger cookie. You know, it uses real ginger. It's not just flavoring.
I might be one of the only ones left from that little excursion around here, but you know that if I am hanging around these three, and gestures towards Wisteria, Rosette, and Ashley, they're gonna be at least half as capable as that lot. Probably more so in some ways. What the fuck you think you're gonna be able to do?
Look, I think you're misunderstanding me. I'm not going to go into the field. However, I can
You're not gonna.
contact.
Farah just kind of like leans forward a little bit, like hands on her knees. With that, you're not gonna what?
Go into the field. I won't go gallivanting, chancing a look towards Wist. I won't. But I can contact the people that I work with, see if they can get more information.
Your ass not gonna leave this house. If you do, we can knock your ass out and tie you up in the inn until you're good and ready.
All you should be worrying about is getting some more sleep.
You will
Yes.
get some rest, right?
Yes, of course I will. But I took an oath, and I need to do something to help.
An oath to
Yeah.
who? To what? For what? You just took an oath to her, points at Wisteria again.
Whis nods very seriously.
And I won't go gallivanting, quote unquote, air quote, until I'm fully healed. But I took an oath with Harper's to help protect the city. And if I can help by getting more information on what's happening, then I can at least do that.
Can you send a letter?
Technically, yes, but it's slower and it risks getting intercepted.
Was Mert tied to the Harpers? Or was Mert tied to something else?
He was, and so was Corey.
You
So is Corey.
Like, Farah is kind of like blinking. You see her, the mental Rolodex being shuffled through. Finally finds the card, pulls it out, and kind of blinks. Fucking hop. You working for that big old. Just like, she's like gestures the big old merch size.
Not directly for him. Bless you. Not directly for him or under him, but he is in it. Look, the Harpers operate as a spiring. I am one of the people more in the field than others. So, if I can meet with someone, I can get more ears to the ground on the situation or get more information that they might have picked up but might not have connected to what's going on. And I could send a letter, but it might take some time. I could get answers right now in the next hour or get answers within 2 days.
Could we send a letter for you? Be your personal transports.
In theory, you could. But that's going to get you even
You
more
swear?
entangled into this. Sorry again?
It's like, oh, Pharaoh just like starts, I swear, under her breath, and he said it, and she face palms. What about the fact that our inn got bombed, and we have spent the entire day figuring that shit out and already starting to hunt people down? Makes you think that we are not already real deep in it.
Optimism?
She just like looks at him. Renee, I clocked you as a smart man when we met. Starting to seem a little less smart right now.
I think that's the tea.
Hmm. Sure you won't be insulting that with the naked rat beside you?
Wisteria is already like turning a little pink. There's nothing in there that interacts with your cognitive abilities. It's nae the tea.
I don't know, I'm just... It's hard to think right now.
Because you're exhausted?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Rainier, out of everyone in the city, these people are very capable.
Alright, fine, I'll write a letter, and you guys can deliver it. Get some more information that way. And I'll stay here. We'll move. Probably just go to bed. If I can move that far. Kind of looks to Wist.
Wist is like looking down at him. Stare.
I can just stay on the couch, actually. Never mind.
Nod.
Alright, then we got one thing, or at least one more step along the path on one thing. And you, points at Rainier, probably need to be starting to wander around with somebody else that's capable of doing a little bit of fighting. Just saying, the fact that you're alive is a good sign that you are capable. However, having a second set of hands probably would keep you from, she gestures to him.
I can look into that. Call up some old friends. A lot of them aren't in field anymore. But some of them owe me a favor or two, so...
Considering the fact that there seems to be people out to put a nice little knife between your ribs when you're not looking, least they can do is make sure that your back's covered.
Don't need a bodyguard, but having someone else there would Be good.
Rosette will send a psychic link to Rainier.
Oh God.
I know 2 people who might be willing to help you with that.
Rainier just looks to Rosette very sharply. No,
He's grinning.
no, we're not. We're not doing that. He says this out loud.
We're not doing what now?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna find my own partner to be with me.
Nero
No.
looks at Rosette, looks at him, looks at Rosette
Yep.
again.
Rosette innocently is looking away, looking at the cookies. Very delicious.
Rainier's gonna take the cookies and away from the table, away from Rosette. You don't get any cookies.
Rosette signs. Why would I want cookies?
Squints. You don't get any of these. It's gonna put them on the table away from her.
Rosette will again send to Rainier. Such an improper host. Tisk tisk.
Let me fucking roll
To
a
be fair,
d20
we
here.
did force them inside.
Does Rosette have links with everybody right now, or is she relying
she's
primarily
she's-
on the signing?
Signing. She's signing.
Mm-hmm. She's just being a little shit to Rainier right now.
Yeah,
So just roll a
I know this is
Yeah.
this is a private conversation. I was just trying to figure out if there's currently telepathy for us to fuck with Rosette.
Mm-hmm. Just primarily the signing. And Rosette says that, and Rainier's tired. He's fucking exhausted. Insomnia is hitting so hard right now. He flips her off. Or he takes a cookie and munches on it.
This man's 2 steps from just licking the cookies and saying mine.
Rosette just smiles.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you can. No, they all retired. I mean, if you could ask the person that you're going to be delivering this to, get back in the field to work with me, that would be 2 birds and a stone.
And who would this person be?
Do you have a particular contact?
Right now, I'm working with someone who set up shop, not too far away. They're over in Castle Ward. Not the closest, but could be a lot worse. I can have you guys deliver the. Sorry, again?
Their name?
Her name's Corey. She's my contact at the moment.
My cousin. Okay, yeah, we know.
He kind of looks, is like surprised for a second. Like, what the fuck do you mean? And then he clocks. Oh, tiefling. That's probably what you mean. All right. Right now, she's my primary contact. It changes routinely, but you can take the letter to her. She can pass along, get more information back to you. And I mean, she used to be in the field. She got out of it a bit ago to set up shop, but she does owe me a favor, so I might be able to get her back in.
And she was talking about getting me a gun, so we need to go there anyway.
Well, there you go. 3 birds. And 1 stone.
Don't do that. You're gonna make me yawn.
Sorry.
So head off to core to go get this all going. Just gestures vaguely around.
Mm-hmm.
And you are staying here. What are you after that keeps putting you directly in the line of fire of all these gangs, though?
There's been an uptick in activity from both of them, which is not usual. We think that they're after something, so we're trying to figure out what they're planning and what it is that they're after.
No, after some sort of jewelry from all the antique shops. They already got it.
Alright, but there's something else about it. They're not happy with it. God. Last night, just. Oof.
Last
Something
night,
happened.
oof.
Something happened last night with the Xanathar gang. I don't know what it was, but it's like a bomb went off, metaphorically speaking. I was planning on going down into the sewers to see what happened, but I'm gonna stay here. I'm not leaving.
Well, you know, that was what we were planning on doing today before a bomb went off.
Literally.
It sounds like you just need to come talking to us, because half the shit that we be doing, you are already doing. Vice versa.
Well, now that you're in this, we'll be coming to you all.
As long as you don't bring Merritt with you.
I'd rather not be near him longer than I have to be. He's not a bad person. He's just difficult to be around for very long.
That's one way of saying it.
You don't even work with him.
Not for lack of trying on his part.
Oh, his loss. But I can get started on that letter for all of you to take. And I just have one more question. What exactly happened outside earlier?
Oh, I want a prank call. That's all.
Congratulations. Would you like a
Thank you.
cookie?
I would love a cookie.
He passes the plate of cookies over to Ashley.
He eats it very slowly in full view of Rosette.
One sec. One sec.
All right, round two. Round two.
Not in this man's house, please. Deception? Oh God.
Okay. No, she does. She seems unbothered.
And that's how we know that the two of you truly did know each other as children.
Yep.
There was no winner or loser.
Uh.
It was just a childish fight.
I'm pretty sure the spectator said I won, though.
That they were paying out for Ashley's side of things.
Smugly
And who
takes
was the
another
one
bite.
that started the betting?
To be fair, it was starting on multiple sides. I just organized it once I saw it was going all over the place.
I get a cut, right?
You would if I didn't have to stop it so that we could get inside. Oh, she did get some gold.
I'm just gonna hand wave it. Someone just tossed it at her.
Goes into the pot, but like in character, Ashley would get some of it. Yes.
I was honestly hoping to get like a trinket, one of Wiz trinkets.
Fortunately, Wisteria bet on Rosé.
No!
She's lost her trinkets forever.
Yep.
I'm so sad. I wanted a trinket. I thought it'd be hilarious. Okay. But I'll take I'll take the gold, obviously.
You just
I'd add
have
it
to make a deal with Whist for something.
You see, there's this little golf clap from Rainier. Yeah. It's like, Ashley gets 2 cookies.
Hell yeah!
See, if they start fighting again inside your house, it is your problem. Because you're the one started.
1 second.
Rainier
Oh
just
no.
lets out a yawn. And he says, "No, Rosie wouldn't do that. She kind of cuts himself off with a yawn."
Rosie.
Rosette.
Are we embracing chaos again, Iris?
I was tempted to. I was really. I rolled really low again. I rolled a 3.
Oh boy, what's
Just Ashley. Actually, let's see who the target is. Evens or odds, Piper?
Odds.
That was a nat 1. Yeah, you feel like you just lost 3 hairs.
Yoink.
It was starting this again.
the same time that
I-
Rainier's like, Rosie wouldn't do that.
Yep.
She does it. But he does
I'm
cough.
willing to go round 2 with you if that's what you want.
Oh god.
I am not going to partake in some childish fight in the house of our guest.
Oh, so I just happened to have had my hair plucked just now, just by randomness.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a terrible liar.
If I was
If you,
lying, I'd be a wonderful liar.
I would just like to suggest that if you two do start that up again, you'd probably be best to go outside, or else our doctor here might be a little bit less than pleased.
The
Just saying.
man needs rest.
I just said I wouldn't start something here.
yeah, I mean, the princess is honest. Surely.
Please stop
Vera
calling me that.
slowly stands up, moves away from Ashley.
Don't worry, guys. Rainier's gonna save the day. He's gonna take a plate of cookies, and he's going to offer one to Rosette. Peace offering.
Sounds more like a bribe, but
Rosette looks at Rainier, takes a cookie, but does sign to Ashley, please stop calling me that.
Ashley will just do like a sing-song hum, but he'll drop it for now.
Rosette will bite the cookie.
He's a genius, guys. You're welcome. Wisteria also gets offered a cookie.
Wisteria is offered the cookie, looks to him, looks at the cookie,
One bite at a time.
calculations.
One human bite at a time.
Like we practiced for the party.
Wisteria kind of pouts and looks up at the others. Oh, I was thinking that
this would count as payment for my services, actually.
But you're still gonna
But
eat, because otherwise it's gonna go bad, right?
Wisteria nods, looks to Farah, looks to Rosette, opens her mouth, like, just enough for the cookie, takes a single, very small bite, puts cookie down, looks very confused as she chews.
You can eat the whole thing, but just a bite at a time. You ain't gotta toss it down and gill it.
But if I'm not meant to eat it in one bite, how come it's the size of a bite?
Because it's not the size of a bite for anybody but you, apparently.
She
Uh,
will continue biting.
Do I want to know why you're giving her a play-by-play on how to eat a cookie?
No.
Take your
Wes-
word for it.
Wes, would you like another cookie? You can eat it normally this time.
I can?
Nod, smile.
Rainier's gonna very hesitantly offer another cookie.
Wisteria has been given the go-ahead. She will eat the cookie the way she normally does.
Rosette will look at Rainier with a, see? Kind of look.
Rainier just blinks. Cookie is gone.
And you thought you
Yep.
were frightened of her before.
You know, I think the lack of sleep is getting to me.
No, you didn't see what you just saw. I promise you did.
I do not believe you.
Maybe third time's the charm?
Wisteria looks hopefully toward Farah.
You know, how many cookies could you eat in one go with?
Oh, God.
I never thought to keep count. I reckon I could eat 50, 60.
He's gonna take the plate away.
I would
He's
like
gonna
to
turn.
remind you, Wisteria, you are the doctor here. We are not. You choke. We don't know what to do.
Wist looks down. I'll teach you the Heimlich. Don't worry.
Rainier kind of waves a hand. He's like, I know the basics of that. But if you're giving her the cookies, he kind of points to Rosette. They're coming out of your stash, not mine.
Your stash.
Rainier face palms.
Rosette. Oh, fucking gotta do another deception roll, don't I?
When you're in a keeping your relationship secret tournament and the other contestants are Tiffy and Rosette and Rainier.
In Rainier's defense, man's been through a lot and he's sleep deprived. He gets a little bit of a pass.
A tiny pass. Because he was fucked up like 3 times.
He's fumbled so much.
Would you believe that's a nat 20 that I just rolled?
Oh,
Oh man, I should probably roll to have him try and save face. Oh, that's fucking nat 1!
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, Rainier.
Oh,
Buddy.
man. Buddy.
Oh,
I imagine Rainier...
he's about to have that spot blown up.
Oh, Iris.
Wow.
Permission to make this worse?
Go ahead, do it. Fuck it. Rosette was about to, was kind of stumbling her fingers of it as she was trying to sign.
What was she in the middle of signing? She'll get cut off by Rainier.
It's something along the lines of, this house isn't, trying to imply, oh, are you forgetting where you're at kind of thing? Or why would I have cookies here? kind of mixing words a little bit.
Yeah, and dude, he's just so fucking sleep deprived and tired, and he's calmed down. The downfall of this is that he's gotten comfortable with everyone, so he's not on guard, and he just kind of waves a hand, and he's just like, "What is Rosette's favorite cookies?"
Lavender and lemon.
Okay,
Good choice.
and he just waves a hand. He's just like, "No, we're doing the lavender and lemon ones. We're not doing the ginger cookies."
And while he is looking in Rosette's direction saying this, Feyre will very calmly put the note that Rosette wrote down on the table, watching Rosette the entire time.
Ooh.
I mean, I already failed here, so... Well, actually, no, you succeeded, rather than Rosette failed, I want to say. So, her eyes widen a bit more, and her posture... Like, usually when she signs, she's very confident and very even and fluid. But she becomes more rigid. And it'd be like... I don't know how best to describe this, but it would be the difference of reading something in cursive and then reading something in Times New Roman.
Yep.
That's the best way to put it.
That makes sense.
It's very blocky, I guess.
I am winding down. I'm getting
Okay.
drained.
We're wrapping up. So we can finish out the scene and then call session.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't realize you still had some here. I used to visit all the time. Years ago. I didn't realize you kept them in stock. Rainier.
Would you believe another nat one?
Oh my god.
Just a
Let me.
roll of the eye from Feyre.
I got
19 and what do you use for sense motive here? It's not sense
Insight.
motive. Insight.
Insight.
19, 20, 25 then. Because I have a 6 in insight.
Oh man.
I guess I'll roll again for deception? Question mark?
I think it's too late for that.
It's
Motherfucker.
can each of these people individually clock?
Ugh.
Oof. God, Rainier, how the fuck do you roll 2 nat ones?
Rainier, you're failing. Oh boy.
Rainier, why? He just yawns. He's clearly very sleepy. As he's like, "Oh, what do you mean? I bought those yesterday."
And Feyre will just kind of stand up a little bit and reach over, and I imagine he's like sitting upright. She'll just like push a shoulder so that he is laying down. Whether or not he is flat on his back or he is like on his side, she doesn't care. He is now horizontal.
He's going down.
Wist will apply blanket.
Dude, stop, you little whore.
Oh, what a betrayal! What the?
We would like to apologize to the Twitch mods.
No ban, please. We're sorry.
Oh fuck!
What had to be said?
And that's the end of our session today. We'll pick up this.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
That's what happens when you have a Navy sailor in the background.
That is what happens. But, yeah.
Amy, you need to take a break.
Man, poor Rhaenyra.
Okay, sorry about
Poor
that.
Rhaenyra.
So,
Poor Rosette.
yeah, man's about to pass out for like 12 hours. She's got to deal with this. But let's say that the last few minutes he was writing the note during the whole cookie shit.
Part of the reason why it was nat ones, his brain power was fully focused on the cookie or on the letter, not on the cookies.
Fully focused, trying to power through and make sure this note is legible and makes sense. Using the right code words and all that shit. But he goes down without much fuss.
He goes down. Whist looks up at Rosette. So, will you be keeping an eye on him while he's resting then? Or...
Rosette, when he said that he just got him yesterday, she had to hard stop herself from face palming. So to do that, she pushed herself out of the chair and snatched up the letter. You know, it might be best if we get going.
No, if she doesn't want to keep an eye on him and he wanders out of the house again, we're just gonna put him in her room at the end. Save space. We'll still have an extra room for somebody that's actually a paying customer.
Whist nods sagely.
There are plenty of rooms in the inn. He does not need another one, and he will be staying here. Isn't that right, Rainier?
Your boy is out. Do you not hear the snoring?
That was me, so if Amy wants to have him say something, that's okay. But I thought the story would be funny.
No, let it ride. Let it ride. Let it ride.
I think that was part of it, though. Rosette was trying to, like, cover her ass, and she failed here. You know?
Isn't that right, Rainier? Snore.
Exactly.
As Feyre says this, Wisteria goes, right, so if I am getting Rosette's spare drink and Ashley's spare drink a day, and this gentleman is staying in Rosette's room, Rosette, what do you have in the tavern?
A boy.
Wow. I am an investor. I stay there because I can. I don't need to, though. I just want to see the tavern flourish.
Wistful nod. It's important for somebody to have a good support system when they're recovering, so it's good to know he's in good hands.
You can't be mean and prickly when it's such a genuine statement.
Yeah.
Oh, I dare you to be mean to Whist.
No, just he's fine here. He doesn't need to go to the inn.
Unless he makes his dumbass decision. Then he's going to your room. Starts heading towards the front door.
There are other rooms.
I hear you signing. I cannot hear what you're saying because you ain't speaking.
Okay. There are other rooms.
You have opened up the telepathic connection. Mistake.
Played yourself.
Just a little tilt of the head at the loud in her head. And you see the little tail twitch. It's doing the cat thing. Side to side. Which you know is usually problem.
Mm.
You know, you don't have to be so uptight and upset about this. Ain't like he's a bad-looking one.
Oh my god.
Ashley just puts his hands in his pocket. It's like, all right, let's go. Come on.
Rosette responds, "You're right. It is good to have good-looking friends, isn't it?"
Friend, that's what we're calling it?
It is what it is.
A little bit more than friends there.
We grew up together. We're just friends.
You grew up with a lot of people in this town. Doesn't mean you have your special cookies in their house.
Our families have ties. It's not that strange.
Matrimonial ties.
Oh my god.
I'm leaving without you guys, you hear, outside.
Oh, Feyre's
They're-
been walking this entire
Yeah.
time. They're walking.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh god. Frickin' Rosette is like, that is much more complicated than you realize, Doctor.
Quiet nod.
Kind of glancing at Ashley.
Feyre, who I imagine has been in front of Rosette this entire time, because she started moving first, suddenly stops and turns and kind of leans down so that she is like, as Rosette is stopping herself, they are face to face for a second. And you see just Feyre is like one eye looking you over very closely. Is this an embarrassment thing, or is this a whole bullshit noble thing?
One sec. A little bit of both. She kind of, you could hear the sigh and just resignment? It's not a word.
Resignation.
Resignation, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The sigh of resignation.
Then you see a brow go up. But Feyre doesn't poke or prod anymore, at least for the moment.
Hey, do you guys mind taking the carriage back to the bar? I'm gonna go see about those griffins.
You going on your lonesome?
Do you
Yeah,
have
for a
that
bit.
person?
Yeah.
Ashley says that, and Whist sort of sidles up to him and digs around in her bag for a second. So, if I'm understanding betting properly, I think I owe you something. And she will pull out from her bag a kind of a neat fidget toy. Do you want a fidget toy, Ashley?
Yo, fidget spinners, let's go.
It's a small stone cube, and when you tap it with a metal, it looks as if it was made of that metal.
That's cool.
Okay.
You can tap it against stuff and watch it change.
His face was kind of unreadable, but he there's a slight smile as he does it. Thank you.
She nods. I think I like betting.
We'll have Farah show you poker later.
That's what she said.
We'll set up a game. We'll set up a game tonight. Show you how it works.
Whist nods happily.
It's the day of whist learning shit.
She's learning so many things.
Learning to punch, learning about betting, learning poker.
Yeah,
She
this
learned
is just very
how to
eventful few days.
Eat a soup properly and
Mhm.
eat a cookie properly.
And
Yep.
eat ice cream properly.
Yeah, and she intimidated someone.
Mm-hmm.
Today's a big day for Wiz.
It really is. She's gonna look back and be like, "This is the day it all started to come up." What's the Simpson Millhouse?
Coming up list.
Yeah,
Coming up
coming up
Millhouse?
list. Yeah.
Coming up list. Love that for her. But, alright. Where is everyone heading? Just so I have an idea for next time.
Ashley is going to go towards the Griffin place.
Okay, I will let you know that Ashley and Leona have not spoken.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
But just for like narrative purposes, like he takes the alleyways to get there, and at some point he just like takes his hand out of his pocket and he just punches a wall, and there's like blood dripping from his knuckles.
Aww.
And then he just continues on his way, and we'll leave it there for him.
Oof.
If Ashley's going to talk to Griffin Lady, then I guess the other chore that needs to be done is delivering Rainier's
The
letter to
letter.
Corey.
Alright. So, Ashley's gonna go and try and get Leona to let him borrow a griffin. The rest of the party's gonna go and deliver Rainier's letter to Corey.
Hey,
Well,
that's over near Granny's house.
that is over near Granny's house. You guys can get baked goods while you're over there in the area.
Good session.
We can go ahead and wrap up here.